highlighting Conecta fiction SGAE laboratory pitches. More than 500 industry professionals from across the Iberian Peninsula and Latin America have gathered this week for the second edition of Spain's Conecta Fiction meet-mart, held in Santiago de Compostela, Galicia. 7 potential TV fiction projects will pitch on Tuesday, June 19 as part of Spain's General Society of Authors and Editors Foundation, SGAE, Laboratory, the screenwriting initiative of the Rights Collection Society. Participating projects will have an opportunity to present to potential international co-production partners, broadcasters and investment partners who may be able to facilitate their productions getting off the ground. Following their presentations, participants will be given the opportunity to hold one-on-one meetings with interested parties. 3 of the proposed projects are comedies, 2 are period dramas and the number deal with race and identity politics. Detailed descriptions follow. Oro Negro, Black Gold, the most local of Wednesday's pitches. Policon's Oro Negro takes place on the Portugal-Galicia border, just south of Santiago de Compostela. Described as a Western, the We-Era series will substitute the Golden Gold Rush with tungsten, used by Nazis to harden their munitions. With Spain being the only European supplier, the territory turns into a war zone, ripe for the picking by the unscrupulous. Cons describes the highlighted period as a brief time of easy money, luxury and vice that turned remote villages into lawless places. Related DirecTV nabs Latin American pay-TV rights to Mediaset Ispa and ~A and number 039 S hit and number 039 El Accidente and number 039, Spain and number 039 S versus Pose TV fiction production with End of the World comedy and number 039 Diacero and number 039, Iberian historical fiction thriller from screenwriter Javier Martinez. Iberian follows a 19th-century paranormal detective of sorts. It kicks off in one of Madrid's loftiest neighborhoods where Spain's last witch dies. According to Martinez, the fantastic narrative tradition of Latin America, more rooted and robust than the Spanish one, invites us to take advantage of the extraordinary opportunity that would entail enriching the property with characters and contents from the other side of the Atlantic. El Cuarto Poder, the Fourth Power, Gemma Ventura's El Cuarto Poder is a thoroughly current proposal, with politics which will feel familiar to many international audiences, although particularly those in Spain. In the series, an ultra-right group rises to power, stirring uncomfortable memories of Franco-era neo-fascism. Spurred by models of current European coexistence and the 2008 financial crisis, which still looms large over the country, the populace is quick to follow a clean-faced and a perfectly measured and careful discourse that tries to disassociate itself from the ultra-right groups of the 40s, according to Ventura's description of the series. The Polygraphist, a comedy thriller, German Aparicio is pitching this series with a simple premise, a protagonist done with lying. Carlos didn't lie more or less than most, but after suffering greatly due to a fib, he decides the truth is the only way and becomes a polygraphist. And, while Carlos thinks this will improve his life, things get muddied when he takes a job working for a drug trafficker. The inner struggle between truth and lies is a universal issue, said Aparicio of his pitch, because we all carry a liar inside trying to convince us that there is an easy way to do things. Los Cohen, the Cohens. Lucia Carbal's Las Cohen turns on an upper-class Jewish family living in Madrid, whose lives are thrown into turmoil when the family patriarch, James, is found dead under suspicious circumstances. While dealing with the changes brought about by the tragedy, the Cohens discover a number of illegalities that James had involved himself in near the end of his life, as well as a secret connection with Judaism, a religion most in the family left far behind them. Carball said the proposed series addresses universal issues such as identity and the search for origin. It is also an opportunity to peek into the unknown and fascinating Jewish community. Malacca from Danish-Spanish writer Daniel Corpus. Malacca is a dark look at Spain's city of the sun, Malaga. The tale turns on a rich girl found at the bottom of the sea, a police force and clergy at loggerheads, and the unwelcome appearance of a new drug. Dario Arjona is a corrupt cop who knows the streets and how to keep a tenuous peace, but struggles in dealing with his ex and his teenage son. Dario, his new partner Blanca Gomez and retired officer Quino Romero get tangled up when the corpse of a young, affluent woman is found in Malaga's coastal waters. Telefono Negro, Black Telephone. Roberto Marquez's Telefono Negro is an otherworldly dramedy straight from hell. In it, Liz Soto is a well-meaning, hard-working honest lawyer who dies an uncharacteristically sinful death. She is mortified when she arrives in hell, condemned to eternal damnation. Lucky for Liz there is an out. In exchange for a commuted sentence, Liz must agree to work for the Black Telephone, an office in hell where operators act as the devils on the shoulder of the living. Unfortunately for her, Liz is a relative novice in doing bad, and must learn on the fly.